How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So about a week ago, I went ahead and picked up a heads-up display for the car, my 2004 Honda Accord. Obviously, the car, I've never seen a Honda, even now, with today's Hondas, I don't think any of them come with a heads-up display. A lot of cars don't, but they are a lot more common now. I figured that I would go ahead and give this a try. I saw this, the first time I ever saw a heads-up display, maybe about a decade ago. And I had gotten into, I want to say, like a mid-2000s Grand Prix. I was like, okay, the speedometer is on the windshield. What is this? What is this magic? It was the coolest thing I had ever seen at that time. It's pretty cool that now you can go ahead and buy them for your car, you know, just your normal car. Mine's a 2004 Honda Accord EX. You know, it's not even like, it's the second best of the Accord model, so it's not even like the greatest trim. So the fact that you can go ahead and buy this, the heads-up display for your own car, you know, which I'm sure is an option that costs hundreds of dollars if you're picking up for a car from a dealer. This costs 60 bucks. I want to say 60 bucks. I'll leave a link down below because I'm not too sure. But I want to go ahead and say that Scosche or Scosche or whatever, they did not sponsor this video. They have nothing to do with what I'm saying or anything like that. This is an honest review of this product, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the best I can to show you guys exactly how it's been functioning for me. All right, guys, so I'm just gonna go ahead and turn the car on so you can see what it looks like there. It turns on and off with the car, which is cool. Didn't really have to worry about that. From the get-go, you can see in the beginning it's telling me like the battery voltage over there. Let me see here. Just focus in on that, turn it down some. It's not dim by any means. It's actually really bright. It actually comes with this film here, and I decided not to use the film because it was way too bright. Like, it was hard to look at. Like, here, let me see if I can mimic it for you. But you see how much brighter it gets? It looks a little weird and cloudy on camera, but it is a lot brighter. It's just ridiculously bright. So I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna, there's no need for me to put that in because even at night, it's really bright. And I have no issue seeing it at all. Off here to the right, you got 2 meters. So off to the left, you got one, and off to the right, they both do the same exact thing. You can just toggle in between which options you want to see on the left or the right. So using the buttons, there's one button right here on the top left of the actual box itself. Here, let me move the camera so you guys can see. So down here, this is the device, okay? And it's pretty much projecting off of this. So this is what I'm seeing. This is upside down to me, but this is right side up. So there's this switch right here, kind of like a volume knob. When I flick that, it changes everything. So over to the left of the top, you'll see my RPMs. I'll rev the motor so you can see that. Right there, my RPMs, that tells me my battery voltage, which I think is pretty cool. And actually down here, I don't know if you guys can see that, but at the bottom, there's a little tiny like warning light. That's for like sound. But there's other warning lights around there. There's one that'll tell me when I'm coming up to a shift point. So if you drive a manual, like I used to have a 98 Honda Civic DX, and that did not have a tachometer. It had a speedometer, but not a tachometer, and it was a 5-speed manual. So it was kind of annoying, never knowing when I'm exactly going to be, you know, revving it too much or anything like that. But this would solve that. Off to the left again, this tells me how far I've traveled. Off to the left, the green one, that's my miles. So it keeps track of that, even though you kind of don't need that. A lot of cars come with that. I've never seen a car that doesn't come with that, actually. Right here, it's telling me my coolant temperature, which is 188 right now. Right there, it tells me how long I've had the car running, which I think is a pretty cool thing. My car doesn't naturally come with that. Over here, RPMs again. So if you see how this whole time I was flicking it towards myself, when I flick it away from myself, I can mess around with the other side. So I'm guessing that is the same exact thing as what the greed is. Yep. Okay, so they both change at the same time. So right now in Fahrenheit, the coolant is at 190. I'm guessing that's coolant. It's either engine temperature or coolant temperature. I'm just gonna assume that it's the coolant. But right there, battery voltage again tells me how long the car's been running. Right here, this is my favorite part about this. That says gallons per hour. That's because we're sitting still. If the car were moving, it turns it into miles per gallon. So you can actually track in real time your fuel efficiency, which I find is just awesome. Right there, see, that's the MPG, and if I hold it, if I let it sit there long enough, it'll just change automatically to, see, gallons per hour now, GH, okay, and 0.1, obviously, because I'm not moving, I'm not doing anything. When I rev the motor, it'd probably go up some. Yeah, right there, see, 3, 2, that's enough of that. No reason to waste gas. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what it's like when I'm driving. So I like to use it like this. So I like to have, let's see here. Actually, just for the video's sake, I'll leave the RPMs up there and then the miles per gallon, so you guys can actually see in real time that it's actually working. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys exactly what's going on with it as I drive. Like I said, it's keeping track of the RPMs, my MPGs, which is my favorite, my absolute favorite part about it, is the MPG part. Now I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna romp on it, and it's gonna tell me, you're gonna see like these, the blue lines off to the left and right of it, you're gonna see them dissipate as I get faster and faster. As my RPMs raise, they dissipate. It's kind of weird. You'd expect it to do the opposite. It's like the faster you go, the more lights disappear to let you know that you're going too fast. That's how I interpret it. Alright, so just to show you guys exactly what I see, that's what it looks like from here, being at the driver's seat. Now when you're on the passenger side, it looks a little cooler, but that's just because on my side I can actually see the device that's producing the light itself. But I've learned to just kind of ignore that. But it's kind of dark out right now, it's getting there, and that is really bright. I have no issue seeing it. On the camera it looks like a little foggy-ish. If I had to choose a word, it just seems a little tiny bit foggy-ish. But in person, it is literally crystal clear. It's almost as if the car comes with that. It like belongs there. But yeah, I have my lights down right now. That's it with my lights turned all the way up. But when I drive, it's almost too much to have both. Kind of gives me a headache. So I tend to turn this down because everything that I need is up there. Also, those little tiny like indicator lights at the bottom there, like underneath the 0, you see that little tiny indicator light right there? Okay, that's for the sound, like I had said earlier, but there's other ones that sit right next to it. So one's for my coolant, one tells me about my battery voltage, one's telling me when I'm about to redline and I need to shift. Even though I don't drive, I have an automatic, but it'll still let me know that I'm climbing too high up and I'm getting too close to my shift point. So, and also that is programmable in the device itself. You can go in and change that. There's a bunch of cool little tiny things that I haven't really played with, but at this moment, this is all pretty much that I need of it to tell me my MPGs, I do like that, and my miles per hour. Other than that, it just looks cool. Like, it looks pretty badass. When you're on the outside of the car, you can't see it at all. I don't understand how that works. Some type of magic. But if I were on the outside or on the front side of the car, looking in here, you would not be able to see that. Like, you have to be inside the car. It's weird. Alright guys, so that pretty much sums up this video. Like I said, Scosche had nothing to do with me making this video, but I will leave the link if you want to buy this down below in the description. I really appreciate you guys watching the videos. Hopefully you found this as cool as I did, because I love it. I think it's really cool. I love looking at it, and it's something whenever I have somebody in the car, they're like, what is that on your windshield? So I get to say, oh, well, that's my heads-up display. Even though I don't use it for everything that it offers so much more than what I even got to in this video. I pretty much just went over the stuff that I use and what I know about it. But with the basic stuff that it offers out of the box, with its current settings, it's fine by me. It was great. It was everything that I needed and or wanted. Yeah, so if you found this video helpful in any way, shape, or form, if you're looking for, you know, a heads-up display or anything like that, feel free to subscribe and like this video. You know, share it with your friends. All that stuff really helps me out over here. Really do appreciate it. All right, so you guys have a good night, and thanks for watching.
Find me in the corner